guys, and welcome back to another fabulous episode of Pardon Our Honesty. I'm Tiffany,
I'm Megan.
and we're your hosts for this amazing podcast where we take taboo topics and talk about them openly and honestly. And again, this week, we don't have a topic, so we're just talking.
Well, I know what I want to talk about. So we're just going to talk about it and we'll see where it goes. That's what I think.
Well, what do you want to talk about today?
I want to talk about the pressures of devices, phones, social media. As in, when somebody texts you, why do they expect a response in 30 seconds? Okay, like let's just say our kids. So like my kids, they're dating and stuff, and all of them will say, "Well, they haven't answered me." I'm like, "Well, and how long?" Like 10 minutes. I'm like, "And?" Or they're upset I didn't answer them. "Well, how long?" 15 minutes. I'm like, "Do we really have this like?" And I feel like sometimes I say that, but then I go somewhere and I get super impatient when something's taking a long time. Like, let me look that up, and I'm like, so has it just become like this instant gratification? And then when it doesn't happen like that, we all just get like,
Yes, because that's a reason for anxiety. Because what I guess in your brain, because everything is so instant, if something bad happens in the community, you got the Facebook page that's telling you, oh, this is what happened and this is what the police are doing or whatever, or the news, or letters. We got letters 5 days later when I was deployed instead of having to send you an email and you're going to get it in a minute or so. So I just think that's the way we've evolved to expect it. And when it doesn't happen, then we're like, okay, what does that mean?
yeah, like, I mean, like, I've heard people be like, well, I saw you were online, but you didn't respond to my text. And I'm like,
That's creepy.
so,
You're creepy, whoever.
so like, sometimes I'm like, well, yeah, because if I'm like, just scroll, I mean, I catch myself aimlessly scrolling without even a
Yeah.
purpose. Like, sometimes I get on and just scroll through Facebook, or I'll get on and play Monopoly, then I get off. Sometimes I read my text and I just legitimately forget to respond.
Right.
Because like on Facebook, it will say active 10 minutes ago.
Well, you might have to turn that off. That feature off or something.
But you know what I'm saying? But why? Just because I was online doesn't mean maybe I was in the space to like respond to your text, or maybe I forgot, or maybe, but like, I feel like that pressure of like, I called you, you didn't pick up. Okay, well, I could have been pooping. I could have been.
That said that to me the other day because I called you and I was like, this girl irks my nerves. I know she saw this damn phone ring. And it like, she's probably pooping. I don't give a shit. Answer the phone.
But she said that the other day. She goes, I know you see my name and don't pick up. I'm like, sometimes if I'm on the other line, yes, I see it's your name, but I'm not hanging up while I'm talking to. Or if I'm in the middle of something, then I see that somebody's calling. I'm like, if I pick up, because I know me, I'll stop doing what I'm doing and I'll lose track. I am horrible with the phone. Like, okay, we've established
a valid point. She might be pooping or she might be doing something that she can't answer you right now. And then I kind of calmed down and was like, yeah, because sometimes I can look at the phone and depending on who's calling, I ain't damn answering.
I keep my phone on silent 95% of the time because I've learned it's like Pavlov's response. I hear it ding. I'm like, I hear it go off on the Snapchat. I look, I hear so a lot of times too, my phone's just on silent and it could be in my pocket. But I don't know you called because I'm not like my face on the phone. And then I take it out and I see, oh, I've missed calls. And then I call your ass back and you don't pick up. So same thing.
That too.
But you know what I mean? It's like that's not acceptable from like, what do you mean you didn't? What do you mean your phone's on silent? What do you mean you didn't call me right back? What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? And it's like, do you remember before we had all that?
Yes.
If I didn't see you, I didn't talk to you. And I understand it's better now, like I do. But I feel like there's a pressure of like, especially with younger people. Even Madison, I mean, she's in her 20s and she's like, well, let me respond to my Snapchats. I'm like, who cares? Well, not true. They left me, you don't want to leave somebody on red.
Oh.
Like if they know you read it, you can't not respond. So you just don't open it if you're not going to respond. But then you leave them on delivered. And then are you purposely? I mean, there's all of these strategy that goes into if I'm just going to open a Snapchat or not. And then the girls will get mad at me like, you opened it, but you didn't respond. I'm like, well, because I didn't know what to respond to. Well, you just respond. I'm like, what?
Okay, but is that because of the streak? Because I
No.
feel bad if she sends me a message and I forget because, like you were saying earlier, the dings on your phone. So in the morning, normally I'll see, okay, Maddie sent me something. Okay, shoot, don't forget to do your snap like first thing in the morning because you're gonna forget. Then you're gonna kill the streak, and then you're gonna want to buy the 199.
So, and you should
And I'm
buy a reason. Oh my gosh.
yeah, because that's my
But we
fault.
do have streaks. Snap probably 100 times a day. Me and Madison probably. Okay, maybe not 100, but we snap a lot. But like if she sends me something and I open it and I just roll on the day, she'll be like, you didn't respond. And I don't know if she's really mad, but I know in their friend group, even the younger one is 18, Ava's 18, and the other kid, like you always hear, they left me undelivered for this long, or they left me unread for this. Like, why is there such a pressure for these kids to have to like respond and like so quick? And like, think about the people who are on Instagram and stuff trying to be whatever famous. You got to be on it all the time and engaging and commenting and like, I feel like that's where the anxiety and like the stress and the bad moods and all that comes in at. You don't have any energy anymore.
Well, I definitely will not have energy for that because I will purposely leave my phone, especially on Sundays. It's staying in the house. I'm going outside to play with my plants, to look at the sky, to BS for until about 1 o'clock. And then I'll say, okay, I will go start work now because I've had my quiet time. Or in the evenings, my time is 7 p.m. to about 10. I don't want to talk. I don't want to do anything. I just want to watch my idiot box and zone out and stop making more decisions for the day. But I also think that has to do with generational. We didn't always have the phone in the social media when we were coming up. So we don't have that pressure to be liked. And the only way you're liked is, okay,
Did they comment? Did
you send me a new snap? Did you like my post? Did you comment?
Yeah.
Did you call me and say, girl, what you doing today? I could care less, y'all. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying though. A lot of these, like, especially, I mean, I think adults too, to be honest. I've had adults say to me, well, we're friends. She likes my stuff on social media.
That's not a friend.
That doesn't mean they're your friend. That means that she liked what you posted, but I don't know that I would call you a friend. Like, I don't know. It just seems like so much. And like, I don't feel I'm overwhelmed by it much. Like, I feel like I'm not, but when I really observe it in the kids, is where I'm like, that generation has so much pressure of instant, like, you didn't answer, you didn't respond, you left me unread, you didn't do this, you didn't do that, they didn't tell me they were going somewhere. And all these kids turn their locations on so everybody knows where they're at. Why is
Well,
my
I would
has it on?
okay. I would share my location with you if you had.
I'm worried about you, but
But I do have a friend that she will check my location to see where I am before she calls me.
I know that.
I was showing a house out in new construction, and there it looks like woods on the map. And so she saw me in the woods. I was there for probably like 45 minutes, and she was like, Tiffany, if you don't answer this phone the next time I call, I'm calling the police because you look like you're in the woods. But I don't share my location with everybody because that's not convenient.
Okay, see, that's what I'm saying. Not everybody. Like, they want to share it with everybody. And I'm like, why? So you can't go get an ice cream without somebody knowing where you're at and might roll up on you?
That's
Like,
kind of weird.
I could see a couple close friends, your family, but at like 15, 16, why is everybody know where you're at?
What? Your location with somebody else that's not your parent at 15 or 16.
Why? I don't understand.
That sounds very dangerous because if you're sharing it with somebody you think is a 15-year-old and they are not, they are nasty old woman or man, and they roll up on you and you go missing. What the hell? No, that's not appropriate.
That's what, but I feel like everybody,
But they all do it, so it's normal.
well, right, it's normal. And like, I feel like even the other day when I posted on social media, I said something about what are your rules for your kids or teens, high schoolers with phones? I was shocked at how many people said, I don't have any. They never check their phone. They don't have them put it up at all. They're allowed to keep it in their bedrooms overnight, like, which is fine. It's cool. I'm not judging. But what I'm saying is like their brain, like we're not even forcing them to take breaks. We do.
Yeah.
We do. You have to turn your phones in. Even the 18-year-old, if you're in her house, she's still in high school, your phone gets turned in at 10:30 or 11. You can go to your room and learn. It's like that generation can't be bored. Can't be bored. They can't be in their own thoughts. They can't, like, they have to have something all the time. And that's why I feel like we do, us personally, force that time away to get them to realize they can't. And we see their moods change. Like, when we take their phones away as a punishment, their moods are so much better.
Wow.
So it's like, I'm shocked when people say never, or they've never checked their phones. Like, I understand kids have a right to privacy, but also think of all the things we hear that happens. How do you not check ever to make sure?
I don't know. I checked because I was a terrible teenager.
Okay, and now they have all these means.
Yes.
It's easier now.
Yes.
So I feel like just to scroll through and make sure we ain't dealing pills or meeting creepy people or anything like.
Yeah. So I checked because I didn't want to be that parent that was checked out so much that, like you said, the bad thing happened and I had no clue. So yes, I'm checking your phone because yes, I was making plans to sneak out the house, go meet somebody. So yeah, I was notorious.
If you don't, like, I'm just talking as mine, is I feel like there's too much freedom. And there's so many means to creepy bad things, bad people, bad things, I mean, so much. These sextortion things I've been seeing more and more of. So it's like all this stuff. And it's like, we have that responsibility. They have this device that has all these means. I feel like we should be. And that's why I try to tell them, like today I was sitting with, some of the kids and I was just like, it's okay to not have to have instant gratification with your phone. It's okay to leave your phone in the room and go eat. It doesn't have to go with you in the bathroom. Like,
But are we teaching that though? Are we as parents, because we want to zone out, we want to stop the decision making for the day because we done made 30,000 and now I just don't want to be bothered. Go get on your device and leave me alone. Are we teaching that, or are we teaching, hey, it's dinner time, no phones at the table? So that's telling me that it's okay not to have this device in my face, having to respond and get that gratification from this device instead of from my family because we're getting to know each other and chit chatting and all that.
Yeah. I think you're right because I mean, I'm guilty of that sometimes. Like, there's sometimes I do great. Like when we went for Easter weekend, I was barely on my phone. I took it out to snap pictures and I check it and then it was away. But then there's other times where we're all just sitting around and I'll be on it a lot. And I'm like, well, am I part of the problem? Because we don't have phones at the dinner table. So that's always good. But sometimes I'm like, if dinner goes long, I have to get up and go to the bathroom so I can check my phone because that's like well, like let's say I was negotiating something.
Okay.
And I disappear for an hour. So then I start getting anxious at the table. Like, we've been sitting here an hour. I know that person's probably blowing up my phone. It's on silent, so I can't, and I would put it on vibrate, so I can't feel it. But then I'll be like, I have to go use the restroom just to check my phone.
Well, I can see that, but then I can't see that because I do feel like, you know, we have a friend, colleague that says, hey, after 7 p.m., I don't care who you are. If we're in business together, I'm not responding to the next day.
I can't even fathom that.
Why? I mean, I'm notorious for not doing it.
Like, what the heck?
Okay.
So if let's say I'm let's say I'm a whatever something, and you needed an answer, and you text me at 8 o'clock.
And
You want an PM, and you want an answer, right? Because you obviously text me because you're anxious. You want an answer.
Okay.
You don't want to wait till next morning.
Okay.
That's what I think. So I get a text with a question for the transaction or something, and I go, am I going to let them wait all night? They're going to Google it, chat GPT it, da, da, da. I could just answer this text real quick. Take me 3 seconds. That's why
It depends on how we've interacted together, and if you're that okay. So once I probably will respond, so that I care about this transaction just as much as you do. But if you become that person that every time you ask me a question and you're looking for an answer, and if I don't answer within an hour, you're sending me another message or you keep bugging me, then I'm going to ignore you for real on purpose.
Yeah.
I'm sorry because like it feels like you're trying to bully me into doing something that I've already told you, or you haven't even given me an opportunity to respond to.
Yeah.
It's not life or death. So I think that's
thing.
something we have to educate ourselves personally and our children and the young people. This is not life or death.
Yeah.
No, grandma is not passing away if you don't respond to this Snapchat or this text message or
Right.
this Instagram post or this, what do you call it? You said they have disappearing messages on
Oh yeah, on Instagram. If you swipe up, it's like ghost mode or something.
incognito or
Incognito.
something.
Yeah.
If you don't respond to that, nobody is going to die. It will be okay. There will be another message, I bet you, in 5 minutes
But I
about.
also think sometimes, like when I get it, I respond so quick because I'm like, I'm gonna forget otherwise. Like in my brain, if I read it and I don't do it right then, like that's why I think probably Nick gets super annoyed with me because I am like all into you, and then my phone beeps if I well, it's usually on silent, but I'll look down, see I have messages, and then I'm like, I opened it. I know you can mark it unread, but I don't do that. So then I feel like I have to respond. So now I'm zoned out. And you know they say that you're partially deaf when you're reading your text messages.
You are. You absolutely are.
Mhm.
I've seen it with you, but you are deaf.
I'm leaving.
And that is just because your brain can't do two things at one time. So whatever you give your attention to, and I think you mentioned it earlier, I was listening to, I don't know, the guy was saying, like, if you're a business person, you will be an email answerer all day long. If you open the first email, like 5 minutes after you get up or an hour after you get up, your time is okay. Let me go check the email again. Okay, let me go check so you don't get other things done, but you can't do two things at one time. And
I kind of believe in multitasking.
that's a lie.
I just think you're not doing two things great, but you could do two things at one time.
No.
I do believe it.
You scratch your head and tie your shoe. What we used to do, something like
It was like pat your head and wait. Pat your head.
no,
roll your
no.
belly.
I'm doing the pat around my head and the pat around my stomach. No, that
You can do two things. It's just not in good quality.
okay. I agree with that.
Like I could cook dinner, talk to you, and probably text.
Okay, I agree with that. But
Now
not in
I
good
might
quality.
screw up dinner.
Not
I
in
might
good
spell
quality.
something wrong on a text, and I'm only partially hearing what you're telling
Not in
me.
good
But I could do three things, but it might not be good things.
quality. Instant gratification.
And I think that's true with anything. Like think about when you go to a restaurant. If you wait longer, then how long do you start to get frustrated? Now, mind you, you chose to go out to eat. 15, somebody else is making your food. Right. You wait 15 minutes, now you're like,
I'm leaving. I'm leaving.
right.
But I think, like you're saying now, instant gratification for young people might be social media and all that stuff. But for somebody like me, it's going to be, are you wasting my time? Did you say you were going to do something at this certain time and you didn't? Or like video games for me might be the instant gratification. So while yes, I don't necessarily have that draw to the social media, there are other things in my life that I do want that instant gratification and I'm looking forward. And if I don't get it, like if I call you and you don't answer, like, oh, and Ed is like, why are you so frustrated? She has a life. And I'm like, oh, yeah, she can probably answer my call. So with that, yes, I can see it.
I can totally
But
see that.
I think it's because of the value you place on that one thing that makes you feel human. It makes you feel seen. It makes you feel worthy or important. And that could be a lot of things for a lot of different people.
That's true. That's true. I just think like imagine if for like a week nobody had any devices.
But they would do that in COVID.
Oh, people had device. That's why everybody started getting YouTube famous and Instagram famous. And it was like, hey, we don't have to go anywhere. We can make money. So let's do it. Like podcasts got famous because people were going on talking and
So we didn't have phones for 2 weeks. I think you would, some people would go crazy. Some people would relearn how to be social. And some people would just
be
be in the houses.
They might be depressed. It might be the opposite. Maybe some people will get depressed without the social media and all that stuff. Because I think a lot of people find they think those are all their friends. You know what I mean? Or when they post something, they get 100 likes. That's their, oh my gosh, I'm a great person. So maybe it's flip side. For some, it could give anxiety and make you like more stressed out. And for other people, it might keep them going. I don't know. But like, I think about my neighbor across the street, right? So now that we chit chat,
They're best friends.
big friends, it's a genuine, like, we have to make an effort if we're going to speak to each other. You know what I mean? Like, I have to go meet him in the street. We have to conversate. Where I feel like if we were social media friends, we probably would never do that because we would just see what we were doing on social media. Like some people, like I want to reach out to, like I'll think about somebody and then I just go look at their Facebook page. And I know better. Like I should text them, hey, I was thinking about you. But then I go check out their page. I'm like, oh, they're doing great. That's good. But I don't reach out as much as like I used to.
you do that? Because you teach in your fabulous coaching class. You need to text people. And whenever I do that, this last person I have a transaction with was only because I thought about them. I heard Megan say, okay, when you think about your people, just send them a text or a little card. And she said, you know what? I'm looking for a new house. And now she's buying her second house with me. So
I think part of my problem is I am a night owl. Like I don't go to bed before midnight. So
ever?
90% of the time. So a lot of times from about 9 o'clock to midnight, I'm super unproductive. I should be in bed. I should be sleeping. Nick will tell you I need my hours of sleep and yada yada. Okay, don't do that. So it might be 10 or 11 and I think of somebody. Now, I just recently, yes, I'm a boomer apparently. The whole schedule your text.
Yes, I am a fabulous user of that.
Yes, I guess I need to start getting more savvy when I think of some, because that's really why I would go to Facebook then. Like it's 11 o'clock at night. I just thought of so and so. Let me go see what's going on. So now I guess I just need to get better at scheduling the text.
Even email.
But then here's the hard thing too is that sometimes this sounds bad, but like you go reach out and then everybody responds at the same time. So like it's like you send something out and then everybody like, you know how it is. You start your day and nothing's happening. And then all of a sudden you start doing all your follow up and then everybody at one time. And then I'm like, I think our job gives me anxiety too though. I think there's a difference.
I'm just a weird person because I'm like,
that's why I have to silence my phone.
Dinging off.
No, I can't.
I'm
That's
like,
why mine has to be silent.
I'm not freaking answering y'all until I'm in the right mood. I've had my coffee. It does have to be after 9:30 a.m. Okay, I'm gonna get back to you about 10:30.
Okay, you're too late. That's too late.
I've had my shower and got myself together. Now I'm ready to work.
That's too late. See, now I'd be upset with you. If I text you the night before and you ain't texting me till 10:30, work day starts at 8:30.
Girl, no ma'am.
In my brain, that's the problem. People's brains. I think it's totally appropriate to reach out to somebody once 8:30 hits.
And I am pissed off because why is you texting me at 8:30 in the morning or calling me at 8:30? Go away.
But here's the thing too. I put back on my smartwatch because I wanted to start doing my steps.
Yeah.
Well, now I'm like, I went in and disconnected all my phone from it because I was every time it vibrated. I'm looking text. I'm like, that's so weird because I look at mine all the time.
But I need mine to find my phone a lot of times because it's always missing.
So that's why I go and disconnect everything because I'm like, I silenced my phone for a reason, and now every time it's wrong, people are talking to me. I'm like,
oh my gosh. Well, you are in the same instant gratification you were thinking about.
That's what I'm saying. I just feel like though, for me, I can put it away.
Okay.
I feel bad for the kids because I think now I have to say when we went away for Easter, I was really impressed with most of them. There was one that was attached. But all the rest it's so good. And I kept telling everybody, I've never seen it to where all of them would go out kayaking and just leave their phones. And we'd be around the fire and they left their phone. Like they were really enjoying just being in the moment. And I feel like they don't do enough of that. I feel like it's constantly TikToking, scrolling. I mean, hours of TikTok.
Do you think it was because of new location or the people that were around?
I think, I'm going to be honest, this is going to sound really bad.
Why?
I get so mad when we take our children on experiences or life experiences or travel and they're on their phones and it starts a fight. Like, I think most of them were intelligent enough to know, old enough to know if we're on our phones too damn much, mama's gonna lose her shit. And so my oldest brought a friend with her. They did the same thing, like not on their phone, like at all. And so I think honestly, I don't know if it was their doing by now. Maybe I've instilled because my oldest has a rule with her friends when they go to dinner, no phones at the table. So maybe it's instilled in them a little, but I think mostly it was like we need to have a good weekend so Megan doesn't lose her shit because we're all facing our phones. Because like we went to London, being out at the bus, out the damn window.
Okay, I'm gonna look out the window, but if we on the train and I can't look out the window, I'm gonna be playing my Candy Crush.
Yeah, like the Louvre, and they're out there like not taking pictures, like
guess I didn't notice that because I feel like when I go, like we went to Charlotte to go on a field trip with my daughter, I'm looking around like, oh wow, look at this. I've never been here before. What's going on?
Right.
And I was not on my phone unless we were sitting down and okay, y'all eating y'all lunch. Okay, let me play my little Candy Crush real quick.
Yeah.
But I'm just as interested and enthralled with
But I think
the new
people
stuff.
have that. I think younger people have lost that. And if you pay attention when you go out to dinner, how many times do you see 2, 3, 4-year-old? And listen, I'm not knocking anybody. I know I have kids. I know what it's like to entertain them. I'm just saying they have an iPad set up as soon as they sit down.
A lot.
So I feel like when you start that young now, which I understand, I can already hear it. Oh, my kid's this or I get it. Okay. There were times I'm sure Madison we didn't have iPads then, but something, I'm sure she had a TV or something to entertain her once in a while. But when you start now, right, to how teens are, I think 10-year-olds have smartphones and they're on social media and whatever. When do they like learn to like
Entertain themselves. They do not.
they do not. The school bus driver started having a heart attack or something. There's a little boy who sat in the front. I think he's 12 or 13, maybe he's middle school. And he saw something happen. So he jumps up. He slams on the brake, grabs the wheel, gets the car stopped. They call 911. He yells for a kid to call 911, whatever. They interviewed everybody on the bus. Nobody knew what was happening because they were on their phones. He was the only kid on the bus not allowed to have a phone. And his dad goes, unfortunately for him, he's not gonna, this is a perfect example of why he doesn't need a phone. So he's aware of his surroundings. Because we tell the kids all the time, Paige, if they'll be at the gas station, they're on their phone. They're not even paying attention to their surroundings.
I don't. That irks me really bad if I'm in an open place or I'm driving down the road and you're walking and all you're doing is this and you're going to walk right into me because I'm looking and you're not, or I don't drive and text for the most part. There are times I do, I'm not going to lie. But when I'm driving, especially long distance, I look over and I'm like, oh my God, look at that person. They're looking dead at their phone, but they're driving down the highway. Right. What if I'm not paying attention and they veer off and okay, I'm dead because they're on their cell.
And that's all just because of Instagram. They don't want to wait to scroll or wait.
Wow, that's crazy.
But I mean, we all do it.
Yeah.
We all have.
It might not be social media, but it might be something.
It could be something else. But I mean, most of the time, I think it's your phone. I mean, connected to either a game, social media, texting a significant other or somebody that you can't be apart from, or I mean, there's something that you're constantly going to that you just can't be like even when I said I left for 26 minutes, my phone died, went on a little walk with the dog, watered the plants, came back, turned my phone on. What, did you die? What happened? Where'd you go? And I had all these texts and I'm like, oh my God.
And that gave you anxiety because now you got to respond to all of them because they felt like, oh my gosh,
I was ignoring him. Or are you dead?
And you know what I do? I just, girl, I'm fine. I ain't answering you.
But I think it's like I think it's already hard for adults, but I think teens have a very hard. I think one time we need to get like a variety range of teenagers on here and see if they would talk about their perspectives because they may think the phone is not pressure and they may think it's wonderful and dandy but like it'd be interesting to hear the perspective.
The perspective and
are we just old or
old probably.
I don't know. Because we all do. I mean, why would my phone be on silent? It's because it gives me because if I don't, I'm gonna respond. So that's what I feel. It's like the kids' phones are always on silent too. They're never on, but they're constantly on them.
So they're looking at them
all the time.
I can't do that.
All the time.
And maybe like you're saying, it's how we grew up, and maybe it's our ADHD or something. Bubba said he wants to tell about social media.
Okay, it's not on the table. Over, and they will not act right.
Anyway, guys, so tell us about your impulsive behaviors with social media. Do you find yourself hooked to your phone, or can you put it down, put it away, and have quiet time, or just engage with your family and friends? We would love to hear your comments.
And add in here, go look at your phone usage time and post it. That would be great.
We're not doing
Let's do that. Go on your phone, look at how much you used your phone last week, and put the number. Let's see.
Daily average.
Daily average. Sure. That makes you feel better.
That's horrible.
Let's do it. Put your daily average in there.
Okay, so what if mine is 12 hours?
Mine probably is too.
Mine's not 12 hours. I can tell you when.
Because from freaking 9 to midnight, I'm on my phone.
What the hell?
I'm just cool. I get Instagram reels and I get sucked in. I'm like,
But don't you go to the gym?
that's at 5.
Okay, so then that 30, 45 minutes is hours, no usage.
Yeah, I don't think I have 12 hours.
I have about, honestly, 7.5, 8 every day.
I would probably say I'm about the same.
And
It's
to
a
me,
full-time job.
To me, that's too much.
That's a full-time job.
That's
8 hours a day.
It's too much. I don't like my phone.
Check it out. Challenge yourself. Look and see.
And put it in the comments. We're going to ask you this on our social media. And guess what, guys? We're back on YouTube. So go check out the videos so you can see Bubba on the table.
No.
Like, what's up, y'all? And until next time. Bye, guys. That's so funny, that cat. Go figure.